This morning I am way deep down in my happy place, filling up my notebooks with information and ideas. I haven't even taken a shower yet. The other day in the Ancient Southwest Facebook group, there was quite a bit of lively discussion about petroglyphs that may or may not be depictions of birds and what kind of birds they might be and what that might mean in terms of symbolism that's carved into the rocks. So when I'm trying to interpret symbolism carved in petroglyphs or painted in pictographs in the American Southwest, I find it really helpful to look at cultures that have been undisturbed for hundreds into thousands of years. And in this region, there's one tribe that's very geographically close to the North American Southwest who has been undisturbed in that way. They are called the Huichol people of the Sierra Madre Mountains of what is now Mexico. I also find it helpful to actually put fat pen to paper and try to draw the images that you see carved in the rocks. It's difficult to carve into a rock, and when you're using a fat pen on paper, it kind of simulates the lack of precision you find in some of the petroglyphs, and it helps you sort of understand the geometry of these images and how, just how they were made, physically how they were made. So I did a little bit of studying of sacred birds in the Huichol tradition that's found in their sacred art, and I practiced making some of these images and describing their meanings. This is definitely helpful for me to understand the imagery, and I thought maybe it would be a helpful thing to share with you as well. So when you're out in your adventures or you're looking around on the internet and you see petroglyphs of images of birds, here are a few with a little bit of explanation about how to interpret them. The royal eagle, according to the Huichol natives of Mexico. The heart. Usually depicted with two heads because two heads is a way of showing the complete head from both sides without the use of perspective. But sometimes it's depicted with just one head facing one direction. And the colors will be red and black. Not necessarily how I'm doing it, but it'll be red and black as opposed to something like purple and orange. You get the idea. The great eagle protects grandfather fire. Sometimes you'll find the great eagle on the bottom side of a votive disc. The sun symbol will be on the top, on the bottom would be the great eagle, and a fetish of grandfather fire would sit on top of the disc. This is just a different drawing of the royal eagle, just to show how it doesn't always show up exactly the same, but it has characteristics in common each time that make it identifiable. Again, you notice there's the two heads, which doesn't mean two heads at all. It means one head, but it is one head drawn without the use of perspective. So to show both sides of the head, two versions of the head are drawn, one from each side. Now the heart also, showing both sides of the heart, not because there are two hearts, but this is without the use of perspective. It's a way of showing this side of the heart and that side of the heart. So they just show both sides separately. It's understood. The red-tailed hawk holding a serpent in its mouth. It's very difficult to peg something fine and, detailed into something like a volcanic rock using another rock as a tool. So it comes out kind of crude. That's why, petroglyphs don't look the same to our eye as the art we're used to seeing. We have to look at them the way they were created and how hard that would have been to make happen using that medium. chaparral cock is a roadrunner, and he protects grandfather fire, and he is needed by the peyote seekers on their journey, according to the Huichol in Mexico. He's painted in blue with a little bit of red. Thank you for being part of this discussion. Post your own stories, insights, photos, galleries, videos over at the Facebook group Ancient Southwest. Go to the blog, theancientsouthwest.com, and please remember to like and subscribe. May the fire inside you continue to burn brightly. Thank you.